Oh, if my hair looks bad, it's because I just showered. So, get over it. Anyway, think of art like any art: dancing, painting, acting, digital drawing, writing, you name it. Like art. Those are all, in their own ways, wonderful examples of art, the artistic process, the works of creativity put together by the people who do it, the artists who work on it. Now think of D&D. You know, the thing with the dice where people are around a table and like playing pretend. I don't want to spend a lot of time debating like what is art, because that's not what this video is, but I want you to follow me and just kind of humor me with this. I think D&D is a form of art. It mirrors a lot of things with acting and writing, and it just follows different rules. To me, it's pretty easy to see the artistic nature of D&D. Really, you could see the artistic nature of any tabletop RPG. A crew of disparate people all coming together to form like a little community of storytelling people to make something bigger than the sum of its parts together. It's effectively collaborative writing and play acting in one. So, if D&D or any tabletop RPG is a form of art, then that would make dungeon masters and players artists, as the people who make the art. I had this thought a few weeks ago, and it stuck out to me not because it's particularly revolutionary, but because it made me realize something else that I didn't think about before. You see, there's a lot of time when people think about art, and they think of something very obviously tangible. They think of a painting, or a movie, or a song, something that you can produce and share with someone. This exchange of showing your art to a person. A song will go on Spotify, a painting will be hung in a museum, poems go in collected poetry books and are sold. Like, it's eminently shareable, for lack of a better term. The more that I thought about it, the more that I started to realize that most of the forms of art that I could think of were producible things. Not to say they were products, though in some cases they are, because we live in capitalism and that's just the nature of the hell world we're in. But even the case, with more abstract things, like a performance, like an actor's performance, either on play or on the screen, they are largely producing something that is reproducible. Like an actor will perform a play, and the play is performed multiple times over multiple days. Actors will perform roles for a movie, and the movie is distributed and sold. An actor can perform the same play and the same part for multiple days and multiple venues. An actor in a movie can play the same part for multiple movies in a franchise. And those franchises can be distributed to movie theaters and reproduced for people who are halfway around the world. Something I realized about D&D, in contrast to all of these other forms of art, is that D&D doesn't have that. D&D and the players and the DM and the art that they create cannot be recreated. It exists only in the moment it was made, and then it ceases to be once the session ends. Okay, I'll put a caveat here. I'm not a well-versed art consumer. There may very well be another type of performance or other thing that is just as ephemeral as what I'm describing now, but I don't know about it. I am just a simple nerd and layperson. I also happen to record my opinions and put them online. If there is some kind of art form that is similar to what I'm talking about now, don't talk about it in the comments because you'll undermine my point. But think about it. Think about it for a second. A typical night of tabletop role playing isn't scripted like a show or a play or an actor's script in a movie. It is ad hoc, done by the will of the players in the moment. Each session of a tabletop game, whether it's D&D or Monsters of the Week or something else, is an isolated, unique experience. If you tried to recreate it, the rolls of the dice would not fall the same. The dice would be different. Inevitably, they would be different. And that change would have a domino effect on what is said and how the story changes course. D&D is not replicable. Now, I know that there are like highly produced D&D live plays like Critical Role or Dimension 20 or, those other not as gigantically famous ones, but still very popular ones. But there's something to be said about the fact that even though they are recordings of a session, that session cannot be reproduced. It can be shown to people, but they can't do that session again. They could not do it over. By the nature of D&D, what they did in that moment and what we do when we play every Thursday night or Wednesday night or Friday night, whenever you play, we are creating a distinct, unique experience. Whether or not you record it and distribute it does not change the fact that that moment is unique. This means that for you, it is completely one of a kind. It's wholly and intimately yours. The experience that cannot be replicated or reproduced, it is confined to live in players' notes and the collective memory of everyone at the table. There are many, many nights that I will never forget when I play D&D, and I carry those with me all the time. I will never get to experience those ever again, but I cherish the times that they happened. And I'm always happy to share these stories with people who are fans of the hobby, because there are many nights that I will never forget. Nights that I share with other people who are fans of the hobby, and they in turn share nights that they will never forget with me. I'm always happy to hear these stories and to share my stories too. And all of the memories that I've made and they've made together with these people who we care about. And I hope that you watching this, if you play or if you've been thinking about playing, I hope that when you play, you get to form those memories and you get to appreciate the particularly unique experience that is always going to be just for you on those nights. Here's Winchester. He also wants you to have a good time.